centre has a really proud history of 30 years of helping people in New South Wales who have problems with social security, but also fighting for their rights.
This is a sad way to be celebrating your 30th birthday. As an MP for just 6 months, I've seen firsthand how important and how vital the services of the Welfare Rights Centre are. MPs, whether they be independent, Liberal, Labor, National or Green, will regularly refer their most needy constituents to the Welfare Rights Centre and ask for expert advice. The funding cuts that the government has announced will impact on their own MPs' ability to do their jobs and seek support for their most needy constituents.
I think it's a mean and nasty cut, and that they ought to actually recognise that it's actually going to cause more work and more distress to the people that they're supposed to be responsible for. So I suppose I'm calling on Michael Baird to fix the bloody budget so they can afford to pay it.
Welfare Rights Centre will remain open, and we will still have our legal service and our dedicated legal service. But we have had helplines open 5 days per week, and we won't be able to run those helplines because of the New South Wales government decision.
Just today I was helping, advocating for someone who's had their New Start allowance reduced because of an issue with their workers' compensation, and I don't think that's the right decision. But they're already behind in their rent, and if I can't fix it quickly, they could become homeless, they could be evicted from their home. So it's an urgent thing. I've spent the last 2 days on it, and the issue's just too complicated for them to be able to explain to Centrelink without me to help them. So they're the kind of people, families, people doing it tough in New South Wales who need our help.
Without the welfare rights solicitors there, people will be like fighting on their own.
Exactly, they'll be fighting like I was before I met them on my own. There won't be no help for anybody anywhere if they get dropped. They'll be left on the street on their own. I wouldn't have had a chance. And I'm really grateful to them because they helped me out a lot.
But I mean, they have something like 4,000 odd individual cases, about 3,000 odd people. I mean, if you take the 400,000, it's about $100 per case to sort out some really difficult stuff. And it just means people are going to be evicted, people are going to end up homeless, people are going to end up without food, people are going to have problems with taking care of their kids because they're not getting their money from Social Security.
We have lots of casual workers who come to our centre who have problems with Centrelink, so it is a really big deal. We've got a lot of trade union support and a lot of community support, and we're going to keep this fight going.
The people that come to you for support come for you for very basic legal assistance that can mean the difference between life and death, that can mean the difference between keeping your children and losing your children.
Just look at the business case. We have every year, we prevent or we get rid of $2 million worth of debt that people have to pay back to the Commonwealth. Now that means that that debt is in not being reducing people's income, and if they're actually able to spend it, and it's being spent in the New South Wales economy, that's very good return for the $400,000 investment.
I can tell you that the organisation in Australia that knows more about the social security system than anywhere in the country is the New South Wales Welfare Rights Centre. It is deep expertise, and we need it to stay strong.